And I've taught you your algebra really well. We went through a lot of it in the first few lessons. We spent 2 weeks doing it. So I hope you guys are confident. Let's have a look. It says a biscuit factory needs to clean out their flour storage tanks as weevils infested the flour. The volume V, so it says V is volume of flour remaining in the tank after a given time T, so T is time, is shown by the equation V equals 500 minus 25T. Now, that is the equation that governs this question. We have been asked in part A, how many liters did it originally contain? Alright, so part A, how many did it originally contain? So originally, time would have been 0. Now this is, a lot of people will not make this assumption, which will be the difference between an A and a B. So you need to know, if it says, how much did it originally contain? That means T equals 0. And somebody said the answer there very nicely, 500. So, if T is 0, V equals 500 minus 25 times 0. 25 times 0 is 0. So, V equals 500 liters. Or just 500, you could leave it at that. Might as well put the units, liters. Okay, so that's part A. Part B says, how many liters of flour is left in the tank after 10 minutes? So when T is 10, all you've got to do is plug into your equation. V equals 500 minus 25 times 10 after 10 minutes. So the volume after 10 minutes, if we work it out, we've got 500 minus 250, and your volume is 250 liters. Any questions with that? So that's part A and part B. So basically, after 10 minutes, there's only half the volume left. Okay. Part C. How long will it take for the tank to be completely empty? If the tank is completely empty, what's the volume? 0, because it's completely empty. So when V equals 0 now, so when you have V in that equation, you put 0. So 0 equals 500 minus 25T. So you want to find out at what time was the volume 0. So you move I would move the 25T, the negative 25T there, so it becomes positive. So you got 25T equals 500. Then if I want to separate the 25, it becomes division. So T is 500 divide 25, which is what? Good. 20 minutes. And that's your answer for part C. Any questions with that? Excellent. So we know at V equals 0, T is 20. We also know at T equals 0, V is 500. Now this will be the easiest graph you'll ever plot, because you've already calculated in A and C what your values are. So if you come to your graph, over here, you've already been given V is your y-axis and T is your x-axis. We said when V is 0, T was what? That's when T was 0. When T was 0, V was 500. So we can come and say 500 is over there. So when V is 0, T is 500. Right? No, when T is 0, V is 500. When V is 0, T was 20. Do you remember? So 20 is there. Alright? And my gradient is negative. Makes sense. So when I plot my graph, I just have to make it cross those 2 points. And that's your graph there. So how I knew this is from the previous questions. It said in part A, when t is 0, we found v was 500. So those are the 2 points I'm plotting. In part C, we found when v equals 0, t was 20. So I plotted those 2 points and I drew my straight line graph through the 2 points that I've plotted. Any questions with that?